Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello，大家晚上好。
大家晚上好。
大家晚上好。
哇，非常开心，我们又在线上见面了哈。
对，
是非常好。Hi, Eric 老师，哇，第一个报道，哇，感谢Eric老师是非常支持我们的节目的哈，非常感谢。好，大家线上的朋友们，大家晚上好哦，希望大家应该也用过了晚餐。希望接下来我们一起度过接下来这2个小时今天我们谈的课题稍微就做了一点调整，我们就做这个所谓的 Health Extension X 的 program so basically 我们今天晚上要讲的就是我们的一些有关于我们一些健康的一些课题因为我们今天也邀请了 Evelyn 老师上来跟我们分享这个非常棒的这个主题So I think today we have a very interesting topic, so hopefully everybody sit back and relax. Okay, by the way, this is a Saturday night. Okay, yes. All right, good. Okay, so before we start, I think we would like to introduce our panelists, all right, to everybody. So I think let's start with Ivy. Yes, Ivy, would you like to do a quick introduction 来自我介绍一下 Ivy， 谢谢。
好的，谢谢 Patrick， 在线上的各位大家好，来认识我的不认识我的都给我们一个赞好吗？线上的朋友嗨，好，我是 Ivy， 来自 Seven Habit。那 Seven Habit 呢，从去年开始呢，我们中文版呢由郑秉基先生带进来马来西亚，而且我们是唯一授权的中文版的课程，那欢迎大家来多多了解。那今天的这个话题呢，非常的，就是也非常适合我就算不适合我也喜欢来，我非常喜欢这个节目。OK， 因为 Seven Habit 里面的第7个 Habit 呢，就有讲到说，不断更新里面呢，就包括了我们心智，包括我们的心灵，尤其是心灵这个部分。那希望大家呢，如果今天你身边你觉得他也是有需要的，或者说你关心你身边的人，那希望他看到这个节目，听到这个分享的话，你现在有时间赶快分享出去，好吧？谢谢大家。
谢谢 Ivy 非常棒。好，来我们下一个，我们有请 Yes all the way from Sydney. Yes.
Hello everyone. Hi， 大家晚上好。My name is CS from Clayton. Basically, we are a bathroom manufacturer for the last 100 years， 是100年的企业，所以谢谢大家。在此呢，希望呢能够度过接下来2个小时呢，跟大家一起分享我的一些经验，然后也跟各位长辈们学习谢谢。
还好你没有说前辈们好的，谢谢 Thank you so much。 OK， 来我们下一位 Caris 是我们的特别嘉宾，来也有请您自我介绍一下 Caris。
好，谢谢 Patrick。嗨，大家晚上好，我是 Caris，I'm a health specialist。So 我的 goal 是 promote a healthy living， so that 大家可以活得更健康，活得越年轻。谢谢。
Yeah， 哇 ，short and sweet, very good. Because today we need to start early， you see 所以我们的 intro 就稍微比较精简一点。OK， 好，非常感谢 Caris join our program. Okay, next I think we will get Jay to come to our this self introduction part. Yes, Jay。
可以，好 ，Thanks Patrick。嗨，大家晚上好，我是 Jay， 我是从瑞碧来的，本身是名会计师，所以今天这个晚上的这个 topic 呢，就非常很适合我们，因为我们做会计师很 stress， 所以也很多压力，所以就会从这里呢，希望能够自我的调节，然后自我的去平衡自己，所以很期待今晚的节目，谢谢大家。
哇，突然间接换了那个摩托变成3.0
对，我也感觉到
OK， 其实是这样子的，因为上一集我们是1周年嘛 ，so we do about 20 minutes to do the intro. Alright, so today we aim to cut short the intro so that we get more time for our, resource speaker to share her topic 啦 ，OK? Alright, but anyway, thanks very much everybody. So 希望大家可以在线上多 share 我们的这个 link 出去，让更多朋友可以进来一起参与。By the way， 我是 Patrick。那基本上我是名会计师所以基本上我们这个节目也多亏我几位兄弟跟姐妹一起来推广这个节目。我们从去年5月30号就一直坚持做到现在希望我们能够再把这个节目越做越好大家如果需要的话，或者是有一些什么特别课题想要听的不妨在我们的 chat box 里面可以给我们一些提议，那我们也可以安排一下相关的一些专家、相关的朋友上台一起讨论一下。OK， 好，那我们就接下来的环节就是希望看一看我们上一集我们有 Dr. 帮我们这个介绍这个probiotic 的这个一些课题哦，所以这个部分，wow you got it yes that's right so you've been taking it since our last program 啊
？Oh yeah, all the time, every day.
Okay, good. 哇 ，AB 也是哦，非常好。OK， 好，那我就请Jay来帮我们做一个 very quick 的一个 recap about our last program。OK， 哇 ，AB 你好像皮肤也很滑了很多哦。
吃了皮肤变化很多。
广告时间够了。
OK，very good，very good。好，等一下Jay讲完过后，我给你1分钟分享一下你这个情况，就是说用了这个 probiotic 的一些一些 benefit 或者是一些察觉。OK， 来Jay有请，谢谢。
好，谢谢 Patrick。所以大家晚上好。上个星期呢是我们 Love of Life 这个 extension 的第1集，因为 Chris 呢帮助我们呢邀请到 Dr. Nathan 来为我们讲解一个 probiotic 的这个东西在我们的身体呢会是有多么大的一个 impact。等一下你应该看得到我们几个朋友和几个我们的这些人都有在吃 probiotic 的人，然后应该有那个 impact 了。所以Dr. Nathan是告诉我们说probiotic 是能够影响到我们的那个胆，就是我们的 gut， 怎样让我们的身体呢能够通过 probiotic 来达到一个平衡，达到一个 detox 的一个效果。它不是一个用药，但是它是一个所谓的自我的调理和保健。因为我觉得你现在注意看，你任何去就医的时候，你会发现到现在的医生很多开始都在 prescribe probiotic， 所以它的那个 benefit 是其实很多医生已经开始在注重的这一个方面。但是当然那个效果和那些产品的那些效果当然是因为要见仁见智，因为它是不同的产品会达到不同的功效。所以当然是如果你想要更了解的话，这样我们就会回去我们上一集好好看一下Dr. Nathan 怎样为我们分析这个 probiotic， 在它怎样 impact 我们照顾我们这样的 gut， 然后达到我们身体的一个平衡的效果呀。谢谢。
Wow, that was like Ferrari 6.0 engine. Okay, thank you, Jay. Thank you so much for the recap. That's good. 还有
那个就是说呢，其实上一集呢也讲到用很多 natural way to improve the gut as well. I think that's very, very important. I think that's something that you all should go back and revisit it again.
That's right. Thanks. Yes, actually, that's true. Because I think not only we will probably take some of the supplements, but we would like to also promote eat natural food. Yeah, eat natural food. I think those energy will actually come to help us. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so right, I think the next agenda I would like to probably invite CS, all right, to share with us how we started this Life Extension X. All right, CS.
哇，来，好，那我来做一个很快的一个 summary，OK？Probably not Ferrari 啦，but Lamborghini，OK？
Wow.
Actually, all started from the 5 choices.
Wow, 5 choices.
Yeah， 如果你们记得的话，相信 IP 就是那个就是 5 choices 的那个组织。Yes, that's right. 上了那个5 choices 以后呢，其实这 the 5th choices is all about health.It's about how you're going to look after yourself. 为什么这样重要呢？是当你有一个healthy 的那个你 healthy and you have clear mind, you rest well, you are able to perform better, you are able to make the right decision also. 如果是你不在一种很累的情况下做一个决定的话，可能做的没有那么好这样子。所以对 energy management， 对你都没有 energy 的话，你不会想这样多，所以呢，而且呢，你会心情会比较烦躁，做什么事情呢，你觉得很辛苦这越来越累，所以这个就启发了说，maybe we look after ourselves. Not only that, for the last 12 months when we did so many programs, we met a lot of people. We met a lot of entrepreneurs, family owner, family business owner， 尤其是家族企业好像是没有睡觉的样子12点晚上你还是在讲公事的，几点吃饭晚餐呢也是在讲公事，就很累很辛苦所以就想说，然后呢，在我们这几位兄弟里面呢，也是还有我们的那个小妹妹也是因为呢没有照顾好自己所以什么病痛啦，有没有受伤啦什么的，所以都不好，对我们都有很大的影响所以呢就想到maybe we should start 这个 Love of Life X来 promote, everyone should look after themselves. 大家应该要照顾自己要怎样的让自己的身体更强壮、更健康，然后呢，我们可以走得更远。 这是第一步了。所以上一集我们就是从里面讲起嘛，对不对？我们 talk about guts, look after your guts, and then you can absorb vitamin better, and therefore overall you get better. 然后呢，这一集的 program 其实是蛮特别的，因为在上个月母亲节的时候呢，有个好朋友的孩子呢就不幸的自杀，他是一名警察，但是呢，在前2年呢，他就一直很多 stress 因为呢他的孩子也同样的因为生病而去世了，所以这一直心理很不 balance unstable，就因为这样子的关系呢，怎么说？他又不要正式的去见那些 psychologists 来 get some help. He always keep it to himself. Yeah, because 因为警察嘛，如果你说出来的话呢，他们认为 you're not fit to work, you're not fit to work, and therefore you cannot be a police. 所以变成这样子的话呢，就很不幸的就这样走掉了。所以我是希望呢，经过今天这个 program 呢，能够让大家知道，其实呢，helps are available.You know, we want to bring more awareness to people can get more help. 就好像 breast cancer 或是 prostate cancer， 在10年前、15年前呢，很少听到说，其实很少人讲，所以导致呢，其实很多人都不大想要去看医生啊，就来看这些病痛。但所以呢，这 last 5-10 years 你可以看到很多广告是在 promote， 大家应该是每年去做一个检查这样子，所以呢，那个死亡率也是逐渐的减少，所以比较好，也是比较好。然后同样的，因为我朋友的事情呢，我去做了一些research 其实 you know in Australia 呢，the suicide death is 3 times more than the COVID death， 蛮高的。然后在其他国家也是一样，这蛮严重的事情。所以希望经过这次的 program 呢，能够跟各位还有跟我们的 Evelyn 老师学习，这样子的话能够希望可以用这一点点的分享呢，能够帮助到更加的多人。就是这样，谢谢。
Thank you, CS. Very good, very good. So, yeah, I think we have to understand, the impact of mental health. All right, not only what we eat, I think how we think and how we manage our energy level, like as what CS has mentioned, is totally important. OK， 好，那接下来我们就交给 Caris 来介绍我们今天的speaker， 好吗？来 ，Caris 有请。
好，可以，谢谢 Patrick。我觉得首先呢，我也想借助这个机会告诉大家，我们今天晚上的这个 topic 也是 on top of CS 的 sharing。我觉得，因为现在疫情的事情还没有告一段落，到几时才结束，我们是不知道的。但是我就想到说，尤其是马来西亚，我们都是 FMCO 嘛，我们都未必在家，所以很多可能我们在家里只是在一个框框里面工作24小时，不能出门，是蛮压力的。所以人会想很多 ，think too much. Sometimes we think too much. 痛的时候就觉得我有没有 COVID 所以这是其中一个原因，这是真的可能我感觉到有点喉咙不舒服，其实是心理作用，但是我会觉得我是不是有 COVID 了所以我觉得通过今天的这样子的这个 session 我们的 Evan 老师等下他会 share， 让我们教我们怎样去 manage 我们的 stress how to become your own therapist。来去 manage 自己的 stress， 所以我觉得待会这个 speaker 呢，对我们每个人都非常重要，而且是在对的时期。那我在邀请他上来之前，我先为大家介绍一下谁是Evelyn 她的背景，好不好 ？OK， so 那我用英文来介绍好不好？就比较习惯一点。Okay, so let me give a brief introduction about our speaker before inviting her on stage. Right, so she is a certified clinical psychologist, graduated in Master of Clinical Psychology. She's a co-founder of MPS Psychologist Services and also co-founder of Us Psychologist platform, right? And she has been conducting trainings and talks for companies, universities, and mental health services providers. And she strongly believes in the motto of looking beyond the illness to facilitate clients' recovery. Now, without further ado, let's welcome a very young and passionate psychologist, Evelyn Song.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me in today. It's my pleasure to be on stage and also 跟大家今天分享今天这个课题哦。所以我们今天就会以一个比较 casual， 也是学习的心态，就比较我讲的一个language 的哈 ，mixture of English and Mandarin。
太好了，
好。 Now, without further ado, I will also share my screen for tonight. Before that, to check in with everyone, how is everyone doing this FMCO?
As good as you can be.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Stay mindful. Stay mindful. That's right.
Yeah, I think this topic, 尤其是现在, it's a topic that, you know, whenever we talk about stress, how to manage stress, right? People always ask me, 这样 psychologists 不会觉得 stress 齁？那其实 every one of us would experience stress. Even psychologists, even us, we would experience stress as well. So for 今天的课题, I would like to use a more 很像比较 workshop 的一种方式齁，会跟大家做很多不一样的 activities， 然后从中也是让大家 before 可以成为 therapist 之前by the end of 今天的1个小时，我的 mission 就是 equip 大家 with skills that you can adopt for yourself whenever you are in face with the day-to-day 的 activities， 好不好？那 before 我们可以成为 therapist 之前，也是必须先了解自己的身体到底是出现了什么问题啊？为什么会 stress？ 为什么有些人会 stress 导致会去到anxiety 或者 depressed 或者甚至自杀的一个情形 ？stress 到底是 how does it happen？ Now I'd like you guys to look at this picture here。那今天现在的你们是 being mindful, aware of the surroundings， 或者都是 mind very full with many things that 你在烦的。whether 是工作也好 whether 是家里的事情都好，那很像我刚刚说的，在这1个小时里面，希望大家就可以成为自己的 therapist 嘛。那也希望在这一个1 hour 里面you can give yourself the permission to slow things down, to learn about your body and try to put things into perspective. Alright, so are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. 好，那今天呢，我们基本上会讲到4个不一样的东西，这个是今天的 program flow 第一个呢，等一下我会introduce to you guys how your body actually work。那我们会做一个很简单的 icebreaker， 只是一个15秒的一个 icebreaker。OK， 那接下来呢，我们就会以how your body works 了解了过后，怎么样 apply mindfulness into your day-to-day life。而且 what is the common misconception 呢？很多人会觉得being mindful 正念的就是什么都不要想，什么都不要烦，就是 being mindful。But actually mindfulness 并不是这样子的。那我们等一下就会解剖some of the myths and facts as well。过后呢，第3个 step 就是我们会 apply 那个 strategy。How do we actually do it？ 到最后就是我们的 Q&A 的一个部分。但是如果你们有任何问题要问的话，你们都是可以随时问我的You guys can feel free to type at the comment section， 然后如果你们有一些相关的问题，我们也是 can answer them along the way 的，所以一个双方互动的一个talk 的方式咯。
好的，好的，可以。
好。Now, first thing first， 这个 is something I like to do with a lot of my clients as well。每一次我提到压力，提到 stress 这个字眼 ，the word stress， what is the first thing that comes to your mind？ You guys can leave it at the comment section. You guys can, you know, for panelists, for you guys, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, Patrick, would you start first, being the big brother over here?
Okay, I think in fact 当我们想到这样的一个课题，我们就会想到说，平时我们的 habit 啦，我讲回来 habit 啦就是 how we look at things and how we practice and how we think of our daily life。所以说，我觉得很多时候是以自己的一个心态这样的一个情况这个是我的一个小小的一个感触啦。来看其他的朋友们一起分享。
Interesting, Evelyn, when you ask that question, because it's like so many things. I cannot pinpoint one particular thing. So it's bad, isn't it? 我很糟糕是吧？对，
是说很多东西的 ，not just
对
one thing, but many things.
That's right. That's right.
对，one thing 的话可能就是 work 了。现在呢，又是 COVID 的情况下呢，而导致很多东西平时都能够 normal 顺畅走的东西都变不一样了，所以呢，就是考虑到很多的这样work related 的东西。对对对。What about you, Jay？ sorry。
Carrie 要讲是吧 ？Carrie 的线那个，yeah， 对 ，Carrie
是啊，对，你听到我的声音吗？
有
哈。对我来说，现在因为很多东西都有变动，就是跟以往的不一样，包括我们的作息习惯啊，我们可能不能出门啊，还是原本我们早上每一天都是可能7点起床，然后7点半就出门，可是现在呢的东西全部都改变，所以生活习惯也不一样。我相信现在在家里很多人哦，隔天不用那么早起来哦，晚上就很夜才睡觉。我觉得这一种也是一种身体的压力，这个是我个人觉得的啦。
Adeline， 如果你想到压力，我就想到睡觉，是不是我的治疗方法？
睡了觉过后就会好一点哈。
就我觉得也是一个逃避的方法，有时候就是不想去面对，你就先去睡觉，睡醒起来再想，然后就不行的话再去睡。对，我大概有一个这样的症状啊。
是，所以我听到很多人就会讲说，stress can't pinpoint to one thing. Actually, there are many different factors, right? That's what we call, our environment factor. It can be work, can be family, kids, many things. Yeah. And 很多时候，当我们觉得很累哦 ，our body will be the first person to react, right? 很像我们这里有一个观众就讲说，他们会觉得会头痛。Our body will actually react very differently when it comes to stress. But do you guys know that 我们呼吸 the way we breathe can actually affect our stress level as well?
Oh.
So how does that happen? Now we're going to do one short activity, okay? I'm going to explain the process and then we will all do it together. Okay. Now, what I'll need you to do is I'll need you to later tense your hands and tense your shoulders. Breathe in and out rapidly. So basically, breathe in and out rapidly. When you're doing that for 15 seconds later we do, don't do it now first. Later when we do, in that 15 seconds, try to observe how your body feels. Just for 15 seconds, you tense your hands, shoulders, breathe in rapidly, observe, and at the end of the 15 seconds, I'd like to invite everyone to share how did your body feel or how do you feel in general.
Okay. So we just tense, isn't it? Tense?
Yes. So basically, you just need to tense your hands. If you can tense your shoulders moving up like that. Okay, then we're going to breathe rapidly using our nose, in and out.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to time everyone as we're doing this together. Okay, so tense your hands, tense your shoulders. Ready, steady, go. Faster.
Yeah, 6.0 Ferrari.
3, 2, 1, stop. How do you feel your body?
Heartbeat faster.
Heartbeat faster here? Want to pengsan already?
Full of oxygen.
Full of oxygen. Was it easy to breathe in and out fast?
Not really, because it's not our usual habit.
Yeah, correct. I feel tense a little.
Tense?
Tense a little bit.
Tense a little bit. So imagine just now what we did was we are trying to manually trigger the response in your body, the stress response in your body. For 15 seconds, 你已经开始觉得你的身体有一点不舒服了。You try to imagine 你长期处于紧绷的状态 highly stressed, your body is almost similar to like that. Your body here will tense up. That's why 很多人就会 shoulder pain, back pain,
So
and why we sometimes feel our chest here, something is pressing, difficult to breathe.
yes, exactly.
So for 15 seconds, you feel that already. Imagine longer term, what would your body be experiencing? So today is really a chance for us to really tune into our body and listening to our body. Right?
Interesting.
Now
Sorry,
I'm going to show you guys a short video. What actually happens to our body when we are stressed? 当我们压力的时候，我们身体生理上又有什么样的一个变化？
Evelyn, I was thinking whether we can adjust the screen and enlarge the video shot. Yeah, just now it was like a bit shortened. Yeah.
Can
Yeah, and then Jay 就掉线了哈。没关系。Yeah, I think it's a setting. It's okay. Because I think the video is very meaningful. So yes, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, good. 这个很好，谢谢你。
好 I'll start playing now. If it's not clear, you guys let me know lah.
Ken, thank you.
Humans, like all species, have self-protective mechanisms to help us survive. Our fight, flight, or freeze survival response, the FFF for short, is designed to mobilize our brain and body to fight an enemy, run from an avalanche, or freeze to hide from a predator. Our brain sometimes misinterprets safe situations as dangerous and can set off false alarms. When the amygdala, our brain's watchdog, senses and barks danger, our body enters survival mode quicker than our rational mind can react, leaving it trying to figure out why we feel in mortal danger. When the FFF alarm is sounded, we start to breathe more quickly and shallow, causing hyperventilation, and our heart starts beating very fast. These changes can cause strong chest pain, which many people interpret as symptoms of a heart attack, when in fact it's just a result of the FFF activation, which can be relieved through breathing exercises. As a way of getting you ready for action, blood is diverted towards the major muscle groups. Blood flows away from our digestive system, causing the bladder to relax, and we might feel the need to pee. The mouth goes dry, nausea can occur, and we get the butterflies feeling in our stomach. Blood also rushes from extremities, leaving us with cold hands, but often sweaty palms as the action-ready body starts sweating to avoid overheating. Legs and hands can start trembling and feel weak, while tension starts building in big muscles like the thighs, neck, and shoulders. In our head, FFF alarms cause our brain to focus on negative memories, probably so it can scan them to avoid danger and negative outcomes. We get tunnel vision as our pupils dilate to increase our focus and long vision, but as a result, we lose our peripheral vision. FFF activation also reduces our ability to recognize differences in facial expressions. Too much oxygen and too little CO2 can result in dizziness or lightheadedness, which many people interpret as signs that they might faint. But because fainting is caused by a drastic drop in blood pressure, and because the FFF increases both our heart rate and blood pressure, it's nearly impossible to faint when this happens. Over time, depression, anxiety, and high levels of stress all harm the brain's ability to slow or cancel false FFF activations, causing them to happen more often. Knowing the symptoms of false activations makes it easier to recognize and reduce their effects. At Tanky Boxing, you can learn both bottom-up and top-down techniques to reduce false FFF activation and bring your body back to balance.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I can certainly relate to some of the videos there.
Yeah.
尤其是那个上厕所的，当紧张的时候呢，就确实是很想要上厕所，就好像要来 live 之前呢，我知道，哎呀，要去是这样子，一进来都会有这样子的感觉。
就是走来走去，不懂要干嘛。
对。
Right. 所以这样子会比较好哈，那个 screen。
Yeah， 这个比较好。是。
OK，
看到。
那如果很像我们刚刚看的那个 video 哈，我也会做一个总结一下。那 what the video mentioned just now 每当我们其实压力的时候 ，we will either fight, flight or freeze. This is actually our self-protective 跟 survival 的 mechanism. So what I normally explain to 我的 clients 就 imagine 如果有一天有一个人拿着一个刀冲向你的话 ，you can either fight off the person 跟他打过，跟他死过这样子 ，or you run away, flight， 或者有些他们因为太过感动了过后 they will freeze。虽然是讲说我们有3个不一样的一个 mechanism 一个反应，把在我们的生理上的反应都是一致的。What will happen is 我要跟你们介绍2个很重要的角色在我们的身体，一个是叫 amygdala， 一个是叫 hippocampus， 简称为了我们容易记，我们就一个叫 Amy， 一个叫 hippo 啦 ，OK 那 Amy 呢，每次当他看到有危险 ，whenever there's danger or threat，Amy 就会 pick up， 因为 Amy 的角色，她扮演的角色就是她是 process emotion and sense threat or danger 的，所以每当 Amy 看到哎呦有 danger 了，她就会被 activated。Now the thing when Amy is activated， 我们生理上会有很多不一样的改变，比如说 biologically。We will breathe quickly and shallow breaths. 我们呼吸会比较急促 because basically 我们身体需要多一点氧气。同时间，我们的心跳 our heart rate will also increase. 心跳加速，有 blood pressure 都会上升。你的血，大多数的血呢，都会 from let's say 消化这 food instead of 消化这 food， 很多这些血可能就会move to major muscle group， 你的手你的脚 ，in order to fight or to run away。有 sensory， 我们每个人都有很多不一样的 sensory， 视力、听觉、味觉，touch 跟 smell 嗅觉。Your senses will become sharper because again self-protective 跟 survival 的 mechanism， 你要很 sensitive to 你的 surrounding， 为了确保你自己的安全So this is what your body will do also。同时，你的身体可能 will sweat more， 身体 sweat more 就 imagine 我们身体就很像一个电脑这样子你的电脑会有风扇，那我们人体那出汗其实是为了 cool down 你的 body。很多时候，当我们 fight, flight, freeze 这个 response 启动的话 ，we will have tremors as well， 我们会抖 ，because our body is full of energy。那 Amy activated 这些全部都会发生那同时 Amy 也会 activate 到 hippo 的。我们的头脑Amy 跟 hippo 的位置是非常非常靠近，就是很像2个隔壁邻居这样子的。Amy 每当 activated 的话 hippo 也会被 activated。hippo 扮演的角色是它是储存 store memory 的。So it can be long-term memory, for example, 可能以前发生过的事情 ，Hippo 就会有那些 track record， 它就很像一个memory drive 这样子。So whenever Amy is activated, Hippo 也会 activated to, in a way, support 找一些 supporting document. 这个就是危险 ，you should run away, you should fight off this person or this situation, so on and so forth. 所以他们2个都是 work hand in hand 的。When this happens, 当 Amy 跟 Hippo, when they are both activated, it will actually affect our psychological response as well. 当我们讲 psychology 其实基本上 is how a person think, how a person feel, and how a person behave. Okay? 那当 fight, flight, freeze activated 的时候 psychologically 又会影响到怎么样呢？很像刚刚 video 讲的We will be hyper focused， 就会有 tunnel vision 的一个情形。说打个比喻，如果你现在给老虎追啦，你跑，你就不会注意到你的 surrounding， 你不会注意到小鸟在旁边飞或者花草的香味，你就会很 focus， 会有这个 tunnel vision is to survive。So reason why 很多时候当我们压力when we're feeling really stressed for a long period of time, we tend to hyper focus, let's say, on bad things. Some of the racing thoughts 可能比较负面的想法跟思想。Basically, your body is already entered 那一个 self-protective 的那个 mode。同时那这个 psychologically 呢 ，person will feel anxious and scared. They will be hypersensitive to their surrounding, and like what I mentioned earlier, 都会有这一个 racing thoughts 的情形。So actually, when there is danger, threat, Amy, Hippo activated, 这些全部会被 activated。当没有 danger, 没有 threat 了过后，全部东西都会恢复到原点。But the thing is, 很多时候就是我们刚刚讲的 ，stress can be due to many reasons, can be due to 家人啊、功课啊或者事业等等。All this is actually stress. But the thing is, Amy 跟 Hippo 就 interpret 到其实这个就是 danger. So what happens is Amy 跟 Hippo 就是 constantly activated because 他们 misinterpret it as danger. 长期在这样子的情形 when biological 跟 psychological 都是 long term activated 的时候呢biologically 其实会对身体造成某一种程度的伤害。It can increase the risk for cardiovascular diseases 的问题，心脏上的一些问题。Some clients 我见过的，很多时候当他们压力的时候，他们脸上可能就很多痘痘啊，就可能会有 allergy 的情形出现，或者可能他们头皮也会比较敏感。It can be aggravated by stress。或者有些我见过的in relationship 的有时候他们也会有 reproductive problems， 就是要孩子要了很久，但是很久都没有办法有孩子。So these are some of the pretty common diseases that we hear from clients. 那 psychologically 又会什么 impact 呢？这个其实会 affect 到我们的思想跟我们的集中 ability to focus and concentrate。 所以可能打个比喻，很多时候因为我们很压力我们就发现自己 poor memory 了，想不到东西啊，然后又不会做啊，或者无法集中注意力。长期呢，可能在情绪上我们就会一直觉得很焦虑，就会觉得很害怕、很伤心，有时候哭也不知道为什么会哭。甚至 when all these things cram together, this can actually make the person feel so overwhelmed, 就会导致有自残或者自杀的一个念头。So actually 如果我们回想来看的话，为什么会有这样子的 effect？ 是因为 Amy 跟 Hippo perceive 到是有 danger， but 其实 Amy 跟 Hippo 跟你的身体是很努力的帮你在 activate 这个 survival mechanism， 只是讲说可能他们不知道其实不是 danger 到有人很想要 immediately 伤害你的那一种 danger， but these are environmental factor 的一种 stressor。 OK， so far OK 吗？ follow 到吗
？so far 都可以，有 follow 到。
对，没有想到这些 effect 真是 unbelievable。
是，it affects from our head all the way to our toes 的。So some of the common symptoms 我们可以，如果我们以我们的身体做个例子吧，头痛头晕很正常，视力会模糊，就突然之间很像看东西看不清楚，会 blur。OK， 或者是他们觉得他们的口会经常很干，一直想要喝水。这里啊，这样吞不下这样子，这样有东西 keep 住喉咙。OK， 胸口会觉得闷，有些东西压着，心跳会加速，有时候会觉得，我是不是有心脏病这样子的一个问题？但是 check 了ECG见了很多医生都没有讲都没有事情啊，但是我还是觉得我的心跳、我的心脏有问题，这个是我听得非常common 的一个东西。difficulty breathing， 呼吸好急躁、好困难。双手啊、脚啊会有 numb 或者忽冷忽热的感觉。整身基本上就会很肌肉酸痛啊，很不舒服。女性来讲，有时候她们的月经也会被受到影响的，所以可能 normally 是每个月，但是突然之间就早2个星期或者早1个星期这样子，或者会迟。甚至如果 for couples 他们久而久之就没有那一个urge for intimacy。所以 this doesn't only affect 我们的 body， 不是只是影响到当事者哈，但是很多时候 it can affect the people around as well。所以为什么很多时候也会 affect our relationship with people too？
Wow, amazing。这样多，我好像听了很多 boxes 这样的感觉，好像很多都是 apply 在我身上。
The good thing is 这个东西是可以 reverse 的，因为我们刚刚讲嘛，因为 Amy 跟 Hippo 太过 activated 了嘛，他们就是很像你的车的 alarm 嘛，只要打雷它已经开始会响了，但是其实打雷是没有 danger。So there are ways to help Amy 跟 Hippo 不用那么的感觉，不用那么的着急。So that's why we're going to do mindfulness for today.
哇，很期待，这个很重要。
是，我会 continue。
所以讲到这边，其实我有一个小小的一个反馈哦，就是 I think it's about awareness 对吗？对。Not only on our own, I think people surrounding us, family members especially. So that's why I think this program, I hope more friends can share, because I think it's very, very rare we get a psychologist like Evelyn, so experienced and so patient explaining. So I hope everybody can share it out so that everybody understand and start to be aware of things happening around us, like observing people, or even talk to people more often, especially now we can't really go out, so we stay at a more enclosed area, and maybe our elderlies are not staying with us, they are staying with some other people. So I think 可能我们平时是可以就直接驾车过去或者是直接 cross border cross state, but now it's different, so I think Evelyn has given us a good advice that perhaps we can show more care or even make a call, and even now we have smartphone, right, so we can always do a video call and look at our friends and family members, how they behave, or whether is there any unusual responses, like what Evelyn has said. 可能会突然间觉得，怎么他跟以前不一样了？会不会是有这种状况？就是 Amy 跟 Hippo 突然间在发酵所以我觉得 this is something that I think Evelyn is trying to alert us to probably give that signal and be more aware of our surrounding. Thank you, Evelyn.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, for elaborating on that. 我觉得尤其是身边的人其实可能你会发现到，为什么我的这个家人或者这个朋友突然之间很像看到很像很累这样子，或者没有心情要讲话，尤其是突然之间会发盲长会 feel very irritable， 突然之间身边的人就中枪了，但是也what is going on, right？或者甚至有些 parents 会发现他们的孩子突然之间可能食欲 appetite 突然之间 whether no appetite to eat or suddenly eat a lot, or their sleep can be affected too, don't feel like sleeping at all and suddenly sleep for a very long period of time, 但是还是觉得会累的。所以在我们在 observe 身边的人都好，也是借用这个机会，也是 observe 在自己的 body. What is your body actually trying to tell you, especially during tough times like this?
Correct. Thanks.
Alright, so now 我们就会进入 the meat of 我们今天的 topic. What exactly is mindfulness? 正念到底是什么一回事？ Now, definition wise 呢，就是 mindfulness is the awareness that rises from paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally. 很像 very mouthful What does it mean by paying attention on purpose some more? And being present 的意思又是怎样？ Being non-judgmental 的意思又是怎么样呢？那其实很多人呢 they feel that mindfulness is equals to meditation. A lot of people also think that mindfulness means 什么都不要想，什么都 feel 不到 almost like numb. Many people think that mindfulness is related to Buddhism, and you can only do it in a quiet place. But actually, mindfulness 的意思并不是这样子的。 what mindfulness really is being fully present, paying attention to yourself, non-judgmental or reactive, and being present. 一个 example 我很喜欢给的就是打个比喻，你是今天在街上or you see there's a lot of traffic， 你站在 pavement 旁边，路的旁边，你看到很 heavy 的 traffic， 前面有撞车还是怎么样的。If we are not being mindful, it's almost like 你走进那个马路 you try to divert the traffic. Okay, 你这辆车这样子走，那辆车这样子走。Being in the middle of the traffic with so many cars, you will feel really overwhelmed. Right? Imagine these cars are actually your thoughts, your emotion. What mindfulness really is instead 你站在路中间，在divert那个 traffic， 你站在那个 pavement 那边就看 the car passing by. Mindfulness is not about not thinking anything, not feeling anything at all. In fact, mindfulness 你做 mindfulness 的时候，你会更加 aware of 你的 thoughts 跟你的 emotion， 就很像你看着那个车这样子跑，并不代表说这个马路没有车的一个概念。Mindfulness 就是坐在那边 being present, looking at the car passing by, but at the same time not reacting to the thoughts and the emotions.
So really, instead of controlling the thought, just let it flow.
Yes.
Just let it pass you.
是吧？
让它就这样子过去。
对。Once 我们刚才就讲嘛，这些 thoughts 啊 ，memories 啊，就是 hippo 的这个角色嘛。So 如果我们 try to control it, so to speak， 就是很像跟 hippo 不要 activated，but 的好，你的这个 hippo activation 是因为它的这个 survival mode 已经是 activated 了。So instead of stopping to remove all these thoughts, try to take a step back, just to let the thoughts flow. And sometimes 我们这些 thoughts 可能就是会 come out of nowhere， 也不知道为什么它会有这样子的一个 thoughts。So eventually 那个 aim 就是会是 try to be curious about 你的 thoughts, 你的 emotion. Right? A lot of people, try to say, okay, I don't want to feel anxious. But why are you feeling anxious to begin with? 到底焦虑是什么东西而引起的呢？如果我们不知道那个根源可能也无法就是很正确的 find a solution to 面对这一个 anxiety. Right? A lot of people think that mindfulness 跟 meditation 是有关的。那 meditation 是有用到 mindfulness 的这一块，但是 meditation is more about you set time in a day, let's say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 我在那边静坐，然后正念的一个方法去静坐。But mindfulness can actually happen even 现在 day to day 的，打个比喻。Now if you're sitting on your chair, can you feel the pressure between 你的大腿，你的 back against the chair? Can you feel that?
Okay.
Yes.
To have that awareness is you being mindful. Can you smell, the surroundings around you? Can you feel the air? What do you hear apart from my voice? Do you hear outside 就是可能有嘈杂声怎么样的 ？Being aware and present 就是你在做着 mindfulness 的。
Wow, this is good. 以飞，你突然间给我一个思绪就是you see when we have certain people in our family say pass away, then we suddenly find that, we lost someone, all right, and that someone seems to be very important to us while that person is still alive. But then after a few years, we still feel that the sense of loss is very impactful, and we probably unconsciously refuse to let go.
Yeah.
And that refuse to let go actually make us, there's something there that bother us, even though we know, but we just refuse to, like what you say, accept it. So meaning, like just like you mentioned, let it come, let it just fall, and maybe if you want to cry, just cry it out, or you find someone to speak to. Then perhaps from there you can gradually accept that yes, the person is no longer there. Then let's move on. And also, I think this is something that just run across my mind, because I think I lost my dad almost 12, 13 years ago. And every time I talk about him, I feel very, I take a deep breath. Yeah, because he's a person that I think all parents has lots of influence, with the children. So that is the kind of thing that I think we need to learn to be aware that, yes, they are not there anymore. Yes, they are important. And yes, we have to accept it. That kind of thing. I think that's something that I would like to probably report out and share. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for sharing that very personal story, Patrick. And I think, especially during a strange time like this, we hear many deaths, right? Sudden deaths, without any reason even. 最近就是听到有这一个 happy hypoxia 的一个情况 ，people without any symptom 突然之间就这样子就去死了。So, regardless whether it's something freshly happened or something that has happened for many years, whenever we miss someone, we will still cry, and that's okay. It's okay to cry, because all this emotion, I like to see it as almost like us having all this emotion is to honor our love to them. Still, we are still connected,
exactly,
in some way, even though they have passed on.
Yeah. In fact,
I like the word honor the love. That's
right. In fact, I try not to forget the pain. In fact, I try to remember the pain, and therefore I feel more connected that way. I suppose there's maybe different people experience differently. Instead of forgetting the pain that I suffer, I say, okay, I remember that, and then how do I grow from there?
Yeah.
So it's actually better that way for me to control.
So our emotions tells us many things. Only if we give our emotions a chance to tell us what these emotions mean. Yeah, not just our emotions, but our body as well.
这样子是不是一边这里就是我们所谓的专注当下？比如说，假如有一天我是胸口闷的话，我的方法就是我就会安静下来，然后注意自己的呼吸，然后感觉它到底哪里痛，然后再感觉我的手脚到底有什么问题，再看看自己的环境，然后慢慢的，其实那个 mind 是很 peace 的，然后就会知道说你可能是压力大还是怎么样。其实你刚才讲的，我觉得就是其实是专注在当下，不想过去，不想未来，反而当下你可以察觉到自己更多的情绪，然后又像刚才 Patrick 讲的，就是你与其把它忘掉，故意把它忘掉、遗忘，倒不如我们去正视它，去记住它。可能 CS 刚才讲的也是，我不要忘记这份痛，因为这份痛让我会记得，会让我把这个感受牢牢记在心中。就有一个 connect 的，对不对？那我不知道，我自己的案例就是我的亲身感受是，我爷爷已经去世10多年，但是我没有去到他丧礼，所以我以为我可以接受的，因为我大概是默默的哭泣大概1-2个月啦，因为那时候在台湾求学。可是后来我发现一件事情，就是我1年里面我一定会梦见他几次。然后我一定会梦见他病到奄奄一息之后，我去把他抢救回来。这个事情我一开始不发现，我以为我想念他，后来1年、2年、3年之后还是这样子，我讲好像不对劲，我讲这个梦境一直在循环。然后后来可能我自己心里觉得可能我不能接受，后来到去年开始，我的梦境开始出现，我让他走。从那一次后开始，我就再也没有梦见了。我就想说，是不是就是自己心里面潜意识里面真正已经接受这个事实了？可是这已经过了快12、13年这样子。
哇，
对，
好久哦。
是，所以汉讲说刚才压力，然后再去想一下，就是连接大家讲的 connect 也好，或者是 Patrick 说想到还会心痛都好，原来是不是？原来压力一来，我就去想家人了。我把它诠释成是这样子啦。对，我这边是这样子。
谢谢艾薇，你的也是很 personal 的这一个分享哈。You notice how just now as we are talking 哈，当我们回想起我们的一些回忆，somehow we feel closer and connected in some way. And somehow, I do believe, right? Pain, emotions can pull people closer together. 就很像艾薇你刚刚讲的，或者会不会是因为可能潜意识还是有那一个思念，还是有那个 guilt， 还是有那个不同的 emotion 都好，把它就是在你的 back of your head。我记得以前去过一个 workshop， 那个 speaker 跟我讲说 ，dreams are like orphans during the day, they come and haunt you at night。意思就是讲说，我们在日常就是 now daytime 的时候we are busy with work, we are busy doing many things. Maybe there are certain emotions， 比如讲 sadness， 我们就把它暂时放在一边，它就是很像一个 abandoned child。No one wants to 理他。But when you sleep， 他晚上就来叫你了。All these things that 我们可能日常生活没有去应对的。So I'm glad that 像艾薇你刚才所分享的，就静下来，看看自己到底是哪里不舒服，到底是什么情形 ？What does this feeling remind you of？ 到底现在的环境又是怎么样的一个情形？然后从中就开始 feel more curious what is actually going on with your body。很多时候 when we try to be curious， that's when 这些可能 anxiety and depression 是怎么样的，会逐渐的被 elevated。
Amazing。
Epin， 我有一个问题，我有一个问题想问你，
是
因为我觉得因为刚才我们所说了很 stress 嘛，压力，这样压力的时候我们安静。就是要 apply 这个 mindfulness。这样如果是比如说啦，因为有时候我觉得我的习惯性是啦，压力的时候我会想要一个人有一个me time，静下来，对，静下来，然后我会把自己给拉出来，然后再看看自己，为什么我会这样子，就会很多自言自语的那种方式 communication， 自己在问自己为什么这样子发生，一直找出原因。那有时候如果是something stuck in my mind 的时候我就会想到说，我应该要找一个人来去分享，问一下到底我这样子做，为什么这一件事情会发生？你觉得会这样子会比较好吗？因为有些时候有些人会讲说，哎呀，有时候什么家丑不能向外扬，但是有时候是自己的问题，可是我们看不到，因为我觉得我们人是很多盲点的在这样的事情，你会怎样 advise 我们呢？如果很压力的
所以很像刚才我们讲 biologically 就是会有 tunnel vision 嘛。所以为什么当我们压力太 too high 的一个 stress 的情况的时候 ，we will have tunnel vision. This one would include 我们思想的那个部分。所以可能很多时候就会发现自己钻牛角尖，钻不出来。或者可能就是你所谓提到的那个盲点。So I do believe that we human， 我们是 social animals， 我们都是 find connection 的So whenever 有这样子的一个情形的时候，如果你有一个信得过的一个朋友 ，I do encourage 你可以跟你这个朋友去分享。那如果你讲说，我就不想去跟身边的人讲，是否有一个机会打个比喻如果 really feel very emotional distress 到自己可能承受不到的一个程度的话，或许打一些热线，比如讲生命线也好，Friends 都好 ，they give some kind of emotional support。And if for some people， 如果他们觉得 comfortable 的话，甚至还可以见心理治疗师，因为很多时候我就会跟我的 client 讲说，见心理治疗师也不是想象中的，你是要去洗鸟还是怎么样才去见的。Because 去见一个 therapist 也算是一个self growth 跟 self development 的一个机会。对，所以中可能就会发现到很多其他自己之前没有发现过的一个东西。So again back to if we give ourselves the permission and the chance to do that, we can actually learn and grow from our own emotions too.
对
That's right.
其实我蛮 agree 你刚才讲的，因为比如讲说现在的人有些人可能他会觉得他不太相信，反而是你最身边最熟的朋友你反而更讲不出来。有些人可能会有这样子的感觉， 这样我要怎样办？如果我不讲的话，我讲了，我怕他嘲笑我。他认识我那么多年，我突然间告诉他这样的问题，他会不会哇？等一下啊，又讲，我想太多。有时候我觉得是这样。但是刚才你讲的一个重点，我觉得我蛮 agree 的，就是说我们找一个可能不认识的，找一个 therapist 来去帮我们去 go through 这整个 journey， 我觉得会更加好啦。在我们的健康，在我们的心理上，这个东西是很有帮助的。这个我很 agree 讲的。谢谢你，
谢谢。所以我会 continue on from where 我们刚才 drop 的，到底what we think it is and what actually it is 其实是不一样的哈。所以being mindful is to be present, to pay attention, non-judgmental way as well. Okay. Now some of the benefits. 下一个 slide 就是我们讲的strategy 的方法了哈。But what are some of the benefits for mindfulness？ 那其实有 study 有研究显示，这个其实是一个 MRI scan。OK， 这个就是我们 Amy 的位置。那 studies has found that if 如果你有经常一直做 mindfulness， 他们这个是一个 mindfulness program 啊，就是大概每一天会花时间去做 mindfulness meditation 的这个东西 for 8 weeks 啊，你可以明显的看到你的 brain activation amygdala 会减少。所以如果你看这里上面黄色是非常 activated until red is like less activated. So this area here is where Amy is. So before the mindfulness program, their brain is very activated.After that, after the 8 weeks, you can see an Amy 其实是没有亮到那么够力，所以是处于比较 normal 的一个状态 ，normal activation. So what they found is mindfulness can actually reduce the Amy 的 activation. It can change your brain 的 reactivity, and in return, it can help with emotional regulation. 所以可能就不会那么 irritable 啊。不会那么情绪化的 ，OK。At the same time， 我们刚才就讲说，压力过头，我们就可能 focus 跟 concentrate 不到。So mindfulness， 如果 Amy less activation， 它其实可以帮助你在日常生活的一个concentration。它也会 decrease rumination， 就是不会钻牛角尖。可能之前一直想，怎么想不通，现在又想得通了的一个情况咯。It can improve communication. So 如果你的人已经是没有那么 irritable， 可能跟身边的人的沟通的能力也是你可能会比较 patient 啊，或者是可能你看东西的角度又不一样了。And last but not least, it can actually enhance immunity. 很多时候，当我们压力过头很多人就会经常生病的，说伤风啊、咳嗽啊怎么样。When we are less stressed, when Amy is less activated, that can actually strengthen 我们的 immunity. Research has also shown that 当我们没有那么压力的时候如果你真的是有开刀还是怎样受伤的，你复原的速度也会比较快。When stress is managed properly. 所以我们整个人有 realize 到其实就是很像一个 system 这样子 ，it will affect you from your head all the way down to your toes.
Agree.
Oh. So is it true that when you're too stressful, you also start losing your hair because of that?
It's true. It can happen. Can happen. Some people 我知道他们 stress 整地都可能就会有头发还是怎么样的 ，but 我相信会是 it will be best to start by seeing let's say 专科先，看一下你的 scalp 是不是到底有任何的一些问题状况先。如果已经 rule out 了那些东西 ，maybe it's because of stress， 就很像有些人觉得自己有心脏病。但是去见了 cardiologist 做了 stress test、ECG 等等，其实没有任何的问题。那我们先排除这些 medical condition 先可能真的是因为压力跟心理上的一个疾病情况出现了。
哇，Evelyn刚才你那个 slide 其实我这边可能不好意思，我想有一个小小的一个分享。我刚才看到有几个很重要的一个 signal， 就是the power of mindfulness。 how that awareness or the mindfulness 帮我们其实就是刚才讲的那个 emotional regulation。因为我跟 IB 我们还有 CS 我们有上过 Seven Habits， 我们听过这个 emotional bank 嘛，对吧？所以这个 emotional regulation I think is another new term for us to learn. So emotional regulation, just to speak for my industry now, I think Jay will concur and echo. We are in a very stressful, profession whereby a lot of clients wanted us to do certain advisory and then family issues and all that. So I think this become another area of promoting mindfulness in different industry 尤其是我们也是 service professional, so we have different needs. Hi Dato 刚才上线so we would probably need even a more powerful mind, or rather a powerful tools for us to manage it because 很多我们这方面的员工或者是我们的同事our colleagues they may just do it for the sake of doing things, but they may not understand the purpose and the larger meaning of why are we in this profession in helping people. That's why I think a lot of coach, a lot of learning classes promotes the teaching of, hey, please find your purpose in life, please find your mission, please find your core value, okay, please find your all that. So I think there's a lot of costs in the market now doing all these, and I think this is definitely part of the mindfulness exercise, all right, helping us to realign, okay, what we are in for this industry for our purpose. Just like Karis was talking about. Yes, that's right. Simon. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that is a good moment of alerting everybody. Start with why, or rather, start with why our purpose. So 我觉得 Evelyn 今天也带了一个非常重要的讯息给大家，a very clear signal. Explore and understand the purpose of what we are doing. Yeah, and of course, appreciate the role that we play in our family. All right, then we will probably understand why are we doing this? Why are we taking care of parents or old folks or even bedridden patient and all that, because my dad was having a stroke before he passed away. So that 4 years of taking care of him give us a different, I would say, different life style or different habit. I mean, we could adjust to that condition. That's right. So I think Ethan has mentioned that emotional regulation is totally relevant. And now we are faced with pandemic, this COVID-19 thing that is becoming a different strain and all that. So I would say that it's also important for us to understand this is unavoidable, right? This is here. So we have to accept it. We have to adjust ourselves, work from home, okay, be able to cooperate with team and of course your superior and your subordinate, and understanding that different people come from different backgrounds. So I think I hope more friends and of us will share this link. And once again, thanks again for pointing that out. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Emotional regulation, mindfulness can help to regulate our own emotions, right?
Yeah.
I would also like to pick up what you mentioned a bit there, Patrick. Is where, you mentioned about supporting one another also. We are living in a world right now, like right now here in my own study room, doing this talk, back then, when we do it physically, it feels so different. We are in an age where it's strange. We need to find ways to connect differently with people and to give that support. So as much as the emotional regulation, we can do it on ourselves, but I do believe that it can definitely be really powerful when we're doing it as a group, as a whole as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peer support. Yeah, peer support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully by today, the end of the session, apart of knowing all these skills, we all will also feel closer together with each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, we are going to talk about the strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the strategy, I break it into acronym called STOP. STOP。那我会一个一个分享 S 是什么 ，TOP 又是什么。I will go through this process with you， 然后等一下我们才一起 apply 那一个 strategy。OK， 那 S 第一个 S 其实就是代表 stop。So for example， 今天你发现到the whole day 已经是非常忙了，突然之间又有phone call又怎么样，就发现自己开始觉得 irritable 了。抱着这个 irritable 的心态，其实你接下来做的东西可能就会 less productive too. So we can actually adopt this strategy. First thing is stop whatever that you're doing right now. This whole process will take about, let's say it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes too. But just give yourself a chance to stop whatever that you're doing. Ask yourself, where are you right now? Which part of your body doesn't feel good? What emotions are you feeling at this moment? Okay. Step 2, T means take deep breaths. When we say about taking deep breaths, right, a lot of people go, right? Now, when you notice this is what we call as chest breathing, When we do chest breathing can actually provoke us to feel even more anxious. Now later we're going to do the activity. I'm going to teach you ways on how to breathe correctly. 很多时候人家就觉得呼吸法嘛很简单，那其实很多人都做错的这个呼吸法。Okay? O 代表 observe your body as a whole, from the body sensation, your thoughts, and your feelings. And at the end, proceed. P 就是 proceed to what you were doing earlier, or you may feel that, okay, maybe I don't want to do this, I want to do something else. That's fine. Okay, so we will go through this STOP together through an activity. 所以如果是荧幕后的观众们如果可以的话 maybe you can find a place, 找一个地方，可能你可以静静一个人坐着 for the next, let's say 3 to 5 minutes, that will be great. 如果没有的话呢，你也是找一个可能你坐着的姿势 or whatever that is comfortable for you, 我们会一起做这一个 activity. Alright, now before we go into applying I want to prepare you all that在做 mindfulness 的时候，你的头脑一定会 wander here and there 的 and that's completely normal. 如果你的 mind wander here and there 跑这里跑那里，也不要觉得为什么我会做错，你没有做错。Okay, that is how your mind works for now. 如果你 find yourself 的头脑或者情绪fly 这里 fly 那里的话， direct it back to your breathing. Okay, I'll teach you how you can do that, but I want to let you know it's okay that your mind wanders. The second thing that I want to prepare you all is, maybe 你会觉得这3分钟很久，为什么这样久都还没有时间到 ？OK， 可能会觉得有点 restless or impatient. But I will do the timing. It will be for 3 minutes. But I also hope 大家可以给大家一个机会在这3分钟里面 really give yourself a chance to connect with your body. Especially for 现在就是晚上了，很累了的话，可能就会好好去睡一场觉，还是怎么样的过后。OK。好，我会播一个很 soft 的音乐 at the background。
哇，我们要不要把灯光开暗一点，
调低一点？
我们要关掉 video 是吗
？Definitely
你们觉得哪一个会比较 comfortable 都 OK。
Yeah，black out。
所以如果你们有一个 chair， 如果可以挡住，可以 lie down your back。
可以 lie down。OK，
好。
Right。
可以。
那荧幕后的观众朋友们呢 ，also take this chance to connect with your body. Now we'll all do this together. I will do this together with you all as well. Okay.
Great. It's like an NLP class,
Okay,
Yes.
so I'd like you to first just lie down on your chair. 如果你要把眼睛闭上 ，if you want to close your eyes。If that makes you feel better, you can as well. 如果你不要把眼睛闭上，就看大概是 2 feet away from you， 眼睛向下看一点点哈。Just stop whatever that you're doing right now， 把注意力就 focus 在自己的身上。Now try to 把注意力 put your attention to your nose. Feel the fine air going in and out of your nose. 你可以感觉到那轻轻的空气进入你的鼻子，进入你的肺部，再从肺部再出回来。Feel the fine air and the very light air going in and out of your nose, coming out from your nose. At this moment, I would like to invite you to observe how your body feels. Observe, what are you feeling? What are your thoughts? 慢慢的就 observe 自己的身体感觉怎么样，是否有任何的想法、任何的情绪？如果有的话，就让它慢慢的流过 ，let it flow. As you let it flow, you can slowly divert your attention back to your breathing. 感觉那轻轻的空气 that light air going in and out of your nose and your lungs. 慢慢的把注意力放到自己身体不一样的部分 ，starting from the tip of your head， 你的头顶上 ，feel all the muscles around your head. And as you breathe in, you can gently also relax all these muscles. 放松头顶上所有的肌肉。慢慢的去到你的口，然后你放松你的口的时候，可能你会觉得你的 upper and your lower jaw distancing。离越来越远，你的牙缝越来越开，就先让你的口放松吧。Going down to your neck, your hands, your chest. As you slowly breathe in, you can also intentionally breathing into these different parts, releasing the tension. All these muscles. Going down to your neck, 大腿、小腿，一直到脚板 all the way down to your feet. As you breathe in, give yourself the permission to relax your legs. With all these gentle breaths, to be gentle to your body as well. And slowly, whenever you are ready, maybe to slowly move your toes, your hands. When you're ready, you can also slowly open your eyes. When you 准备好了，不用急，准备好的时候，你可以慢慢的睁开你的眼睛。
Wow. Is it 3 minutes?
That's 3 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we need to
stretch.
Yeah.
可以拉一拉伸 stretch。
我想和大家说早安。
我想说晚安。
Well, we must play back and try again.
Yeah. Wonderful session.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Wow, suddenly very fresh, yeah.
Yes,
fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like feel everything we live.
So this is breathing, This is breathing and connecting ourselves, to all that subconsciousness and all that. That's right.
不知道荧幕后的观众们 ，How do you all feel？ 你们的感觉又是如何呢？有人说 nice。
是的。
I have a friend SMS me and say the line is lagging, so I said, "Don't worry, you play back. You play back and try this. You can always play back. That's the wonder of having a live event. Yeah. Okay, interesting, nice, good.
Some people they will say， 可能身体的某一个部分会比较放松，有些人甚至会觉得会眼睡，会觉得会yawn。这样子的一个情况 ，so if that happens, it's perfectly normal。那刚才我们有做那个 breathing 你有发现到，通常我们讲 OK relax, just breathe， 我们就会 ，right？ But just now 当我们讲说 just focus on your nose, feel the light air going in and out of your nose， 你就不会是那么用力的去呼吸。那个呼吸其实才是正确的呼吸法很多人就是当吸气的时候，你的肚子应该是会胀起来，呼气才会缩回进去的。So that's the correct way of breathing. A lot of people they say, I know how to breathe already, but a lot they use chest breathing. Chest breathing is also what we call as anxious breathing. Yeah.
Okay, good. Nice. Thanks, Ingrid. I think we will all try again, certainly. Set a timer.
So is it something that we should do like when you're under a lot of stress or what would you recommend?
Right. My recommendation is do as many times as you can. 你反正都不要呼吸了的嘛，但是现在是刻意性的 pay attention to 你的 breathing 的 pattern。So we can actually do this by, for example， 很像比如说呢，现在你在做工，你做工想上一个厕所，可能你去那个厕所可能是单单的4-5个脚步，很靠近You can 用那4-5个脚步 just to focus on your breathing, right? You can just focus on your breathing, just pay attention. 你去到家过后，去到厕所过后，你不要做 ，that's okay.Just take every opportunity that you have to connect with your breathing. 其实基本上我们只是要那个 Hippo 跟 Amy 不要 constantly 这样子那么 high level of stress. So we try to slow Hippo and Amy down. 淡薄 slow 这样子去 slow.
Yes. In fact, if any friends are wearing an iWatch, right? I think the timer also will alert us.Breathe 1 minute or 3 minutes kind of thing. So 它会 detect 到我们身上的那个心跳或者是那个 blood pressure. Then it gives you the alert to breathe, properly or to take a deep breath.
So that's with notification nowadays technology 就很好 can notify us to breathe even, But sometimes when we breathe also need to breathe also correctly. Like I've seen so many when we are so 緊張 that 2 to 3 minutes also maybe we feel really like anxious or irritated as well.
其实我刚才在做那个呼吸的时候，我脑海里想到那个《无间道》的梁朝伟，就躺在那边做那个治疗然后又听到那首歌。
Okay, so we'll proceed.
Yeah.
I see a lot of thumbs up， 然后有人讲 nice。I hope that it was helpful for everyone. This strategy STOP.
Definitely.
OK， 那可能到最后这里呢，我知道有很多人可能就想知道，我怎么知道我真的是会不会 overly stress， 或者是 overly anxious， 还是有 depressed 的一个征兆 symptoms of anxiety or depression. So these are additional resources for you guys out there too 啦 ，Yeah. 最近就是前一阵子，我跟我的 business partner 其实 launch 了这个 Ask Psychologist during 这个疫情的时间，因为我们发现到很多人就觉得很压力 ，and they don't know where to seek help, they don't know how is therapy like 然后想要知道他们的压力指数又是怎么样的。那其实我们 launch 的这个 platform 很多 services 都是免费的哈，你可以 log into askpsychologist.my。或者如果你们用手机可以 scan 这个 QR 也 OK， 里面基本上有3个主要的一个resources 是免费的。第一个就是我们所谓的这个 free personal assessment， 里面可以看你们到底压力指数又是怎么样 ，how's your stress level, anxiety level， 跟 whether or not you are experiencing some symptoms of depression。所以等一下我会 step by step 跟你们讲怎么样进去。里面也是有一个 forum where 大家就是可以分享他们的thoughts share 他们的任何东西都 OK。或者是 if 你觉得又不懂要不要去见 psychologist 好，不懂自己的情况这样子是 O 不 OK， 你甚至可以 type your question whatever that you have， 我们会有certified psychologist answer to your question within 24 hours。
Wow.
OK。So 如果你进入我们的这个 page 的话呢，在这里可以选2个语言，有英语跟中文都有。Okay, you can select whether it's English or Mandarin. You can click into free assessment at the last here. Once you click in, then you can see there are 3 different free tests. The middle, this one here is called Depression, Anxiety, Stress Skill, 21 questions. So 基本上there are 21 questions. You can select whether you want to do English, Mandarin, or BM. 你只是需要一个大概2到3分钟，你把这个填了，把你的 email address 填了，我们就会有一个报告 send 去过给你 to say whether 你现在的 stress level 是怎么样 ，anxiety 跟 depression 又是怎么样。这个是一个 screening tool 哈 ，screening tool 的意思就是讲说 it's not meant for diagnosis。不代表你有焦虑症或者忧郁症，但是只是代表说可能你的压力指数、焦虑跟忧郁偏高 ，maybe something to look at。那在那个 report 你会从 email 收到的，也会建议 some of the recommendation 呢，你可以做些什么东西。那同时我们也知道，现在家长也蛮压力的哈，要面对孩子。我们这里也是有一个针对家长的哈。Pediatric symptom checklist， 所以如果你要讲看看孩子是否有一些互动的问题 ，behavior emotion 的问题，这里也是可以做，也是全面免费的，里面也是有 recommendation。And for friends who want to just have fun, do some free personality tests. Again， 这里也是有 free 的 personality test 给你们去做。这个是 based on MBTI， 有 Ocean Big Five 的一些。
太好了，太好了。
OK，
这个好，这个好。
一定要跟我们的保利老师沟通一下。
因为我有其中一个 business partner， 他是 MBTI 也是 certified trainer， 所以我们就是有做 personality test 这一块。
Very good, very good. Yeah, we had a MBTI session a couple.
Yeah, I saw 那个老师的分享。
I think I connect yourself and 保利老师。
That'd be great. Next one 就是我们刚刚讲的那个 Ask a Psychologist. So if you have anything， 你要问任何东西都好，你都可以看你的 email， 你的名字你要放匿名，你不要放名字都 OK 的。好 ，We respect anonymity。如果你不要放你的名字 ，That's fine。看你的 question， 主要只是要确认你的 email 是对的。如果不对的话，我们无法跟你沟通了。
好的，好的。
到最后呢，其实我们都有做很多这种 outreach 啦 ，with media, with university。 因为其实很像这个时候疫情的关系，尤其是 we're trying to reach out to more people like you in front of the screen. Hopefully 真的是可以 share, not just knowledge but also tips on what you can do, especially to manage during times like this. 也是希望在这个时候可以跟大家有一点温暖，多一点同理的一种感觉。我企业的话，我们也是有做corporate training，我是有做很多becoming your own therapist 的，所以有 introductory beginner 的一些 module， so all these modules are HRDF claimable 啦。Wow. If you like to understand more, you can always contact us， 因为我们3个都是 HRDF certified trainer， 所以我们的公司也是可以 train for HRDF 啦。Okay.
Very good.
So thank you so much for having me today. So just check in to see whether right now 你是 mindful 还是 mindful 的。So I'd like to end my presentation today where I started. So hopefully it was a helpful session for everyone. Thank you.
Oh, certainly is. It's amazing. Yeah. I can feel more relaxed right now already before I started. Just now I started with a lot of stress actually. 开始的时候是觉得蛮 stressful 的哦，又要来上 live 了，所以比较紧张一点。不过呢，就说你看那3分钟的那个呢，其实是真的是很有帮助。那我就是比较 calm 一点，其实现在想东西的比较清楚一点。对，
非常好，非常好。
哇 ，CS 突然间enters to another dimension. Yeah, very good, very good. Yes, in fact, Evelyn, I think your sharing for today, I have still receiving, all right, a lot of feedback on my handphone. I think this is the first time since we did our sessions since last year. I think this is a very interactive session that we all had, and very appreciative that you actually share so many of these little tips and here and there, which I think is very relevant at this critical time. And of course, I think Caris has, I would say, yes, thanks so much for matching this and bringing Evelyn onto our show. Thanks again, Caris.
No worries. Yeah, most important thing is can help everyone because I see it as one of the important things that we all should be aware of. Yeah.
That's right. Then 我就小小一个分享刚才我在手机接到很多 thank you message 他说哎呦我的家里的那个 line 很 lag 可以回播吗 I say of course. So I think tomorrow probably we'll see more friends, probably leaving some questions on the chat box. So I hope maybe even you can help us to answer some of these questions. If some of our friends finding the line a bit lagging because I think of MCO, everybody is staying home, they're probably looking for a good program to watch. Definitely, this episode 2 is a must-watch episode now. So
that's right.
Everybody share with your friends, and of course I think with our colleagues especially, because I think we are still having a lot of challenges having the meaty letters and all that, getting to go on work or not to be able to work. So I think this has add on to more stress, and I think Evelyn has given us a lot of ideas and introducing her website and all the CSR program, which is a very open source for everybody to actually log on and explore.
That's right. 而且加一点，就是有的时候呢，我感觉到很多人including myself 去见一个 psychology 可能不好意思，还是不大想要去很多理由啦、借口，所以可能呢，这个 website 呢是一个 first stop， 让你做一个 quick 的一个 assessment， 然后了解了以后呢，可能呢会更加容易的再走这 second step。所以我觉得它这个Evelyn 这个 website 是一个非常非常好的一个 tools。
希望可以帮助到更多的人 to reach out. Resources is out there. Just want to let everyone know you guys are not alone in this.
Right. Definitely, we are not feeling alone at all today. Right. So yes. Do we have any questions? Yes. All right. James. Hi, James. I see your questions. Or maybe we can check on the chat box and then we invite our friends to come online and probably post their question. Can we?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, please.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I think James has a question here as well. James actually say, 我的妈妈有 COVID anxiety， 有没有办法？我相信这个不只是 James 的妈妈，很多人都有这个 anxiety。还有另外一个 anxiety about， 你当然听很多 news 啊 ，Should I take the COVID vaccine or not？ 这个也是另外一个压力啊。有些人就拿，有些人没有拿，也是。这样Evelyn， 你有什么建议呢？
是，所以其实 COVID anxiety 就算是年长的也好，年轻人都好，其实 it's very commonly seen。尤其是现在我们有发现到 the level of anxiety in the community 啊，在见很多 client， 其实他们很多都有 COVID anxiety。那其实 again， 我们的 anxiety 的导致的原因是因为 we perceive there's danger and threat 嘛 ，People 跟 Amy。那现在是的确是真的有 danger 跟 threat，right？ 这个也不是讲说是想象到出来的还是怎么样，所以有适量的 anxiety， 我觉得是 healthy 的 ，because 因为有这个 anxiety， 我们出到去我们也会比较谨慎，我们也会跟人家有那个距离还是怎么样的。But if let's say 这一个 anxiety 已经开始影响到每一天的日常生活，打个比喻哈，已经是不能好好的跟身边的人沟通了，或者这个 anxiety 已经是导致睡不好、吃不下的，或者是需要工作的话呢，也是不完完全全是不能 focus 的。这个时候呢，可能就是 anxiety 已经是超过于那一个可能那个 normal 的一个 range。So one of the things that 如果 to prevent 超过那一个所谓的 normal 的 anxiety 的 range 哈，some of the things that practical 的东西我们可以做的就是打个比喻，很像这些 news 哈。I would like say that right now, even with my parents, I will try my very best to find verified sources as well. 因为有很多就是传了又传哦。打个比喻，之前 before AZ， 我们 before 可以有 vaccine for AZ， 有一些很像 WhatsApp 的一些 news 来讲，谁打了 AZ 就去世了，怎么样的 unverified 的一些 sources。而很多这些 unverified sources 一定会导致人家会觉得焦虑 ，because when we talk about death, it's real threat and danger. 你的 Amy 跟 people 一定是会被 activated 的。So some of the things that we should do and continue doing, even since 我们 MCO 1.0开始哈，找 verified sources of news， 这个是非常重要的。但同时，如果你发现到身边的人，去看他的这个 anxiety 是否已经有影响到他们的日常生活了。
Yes, I think I agree with Evelyn. That's right. Sorry, CS, you're saying.
Sorry, I was just saying that James can always ask the mother to help the mother to go to the website, ask psychologists, and then fill in the questionnaire to see where she is. And I'm sure that Evelyn will be able to help her out. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes,
That's right. Good. And good on James, I think you're online. James 其实是我们的另外一位Estage 的朋友，他也是有很多自己的 live 这个 event. Very good. He always want to help community.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so I think we're going to have another session with him and Dr. Lau next week.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Let's see any other questions that we have from our audience.
No, that's all for the time being.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, since during the session, ever since then we feel a bit sentimental, and even ask the COVID, I think it's very common, but I think I should ask something that is more fun so that everybody can laugh. Yeah, Evelyn, I would like to ask you, because when we are very stressed, right, whether it's negative stress or very happy or very nervous before going up on stage or presentation, we will have that kind of stress. No matter how much you eat, still not full, not feeling at all. Then you still want to eat. Is this normal?
Yeah.
And this thing can be happen for a few days,
Yeah.
So this is what we call as, some people call as stress eating, right? Now the thing about stress is very interesting. 就很像 有时候 stress 过浓哦，有些人就吃不下的。有些人 stress 过浓哦，反而会吃很多 ，right? So what's the difference between these both is these two situations, your stress response is activated, right?
Okay.
But the only difference is 如果那个 stress， 比如讲说现在有老虎追着你跑，你一定不会觉得饿的。In fact， 你的那个食欲哦会被 shut down。Because a lot of all the blood 啦那些东西 channel to different parts of your body. But if let's say you are going through stress, for example, presentation or exam or work, 这个是比较 prolonged 的 stress 嘛。When we talk about prolonged stress, 你的 body 自然会到了一个 level， 它自然需要 energy， 它自然是需要你吃东西。
Okay.
And whenever we are stressed, 我们 body 会 produce 一个 hormone 叫做 cortisol， 也是我们叫做 stress hormones。Cortisol, what feeds to 这个 cortisol， 其实 cortisol 是给我们 energy 的 ，but what feeds to 这个 cortisol is sugary food 咯 ，fatty food 咯。所以为什么很多时候当我们压力的时候，长期性，我们不是讲 short term 被老虎追的那种 short term， 我们是讲长期性的那一种 stress。连续几天、几个星期或者几个月都好。这个 long-term stress is where your body will still need energy, and the best energy to feed 这个 cortisol stress hormone is fatty food or sweet food 咯。所以为什么有些人可能会暴增，就增胖、增肥这样子，
就是这个原因。
So it's okay to eat， 所以吃是没有错的，是吧？
对，所以你可以说，
要 manage 那个 stress level 咯。
就一直去吃甜品，随时好像要跟自己讲，正常的，那给自己一个机会增加体重。
我可不可以选择就是我不饿，我太紧张，我太炫了，所以不饿。
你在跟你自己身体打架吗？
真的好惨哦，帮你 fight and flight， 同时又要挨饿哦。所以其实很多时候我们的身体也是很配合的哦，跟我们一起作战啦，一起怎么样的。So really giving us a chance to listen to our body. I believe stress eating sometimes can be very therapeutic. But 如果发现到每次一 stress 就吃很肥腻的长期性这样子也不是很健康。
明白。那如果是exercise 呢？就是讲说逼自己去 exercise 会不会好像伤到身体？因为有时候已经很压力的嘛，很 tense， 但是我们还逼自己去 exercise 哦，会不会反效果
？OK， 其实运动是好的，原因是因为 when we talk about again stress hormone cortisol，它是 energy 来的嘛，energy 很多时候如果你没有把它 release 出来的，所以 some people they feel very restless， 会一直摇脚啊。会一直动来动去，坐立不安啊。They feel they can't still because that is a way for them to release this energy. So 换个角度，如果你有去运动的话 ，you are actually using up the energy produced by 你的 body， 所以其实是好的。加上运动也会帮助睡眠哦，原因是因为当你运动的时候，你的 body temperature 会提高嘛。当你要睡觉的时候，其实你的 body temperature 需要跌到一个 level for you to enter sleep。所以如果那个 drop from 运动，然后过后冷静下来 ，it's easier for you to fall asleep。如果你长期都在冷气房，都坐着，你的 body temperature 基本上就是不会 fluctuate 很大。So this can be a reason why 很多时候可能就有睡眠上的一个问题了。加上他们的 energy 又太多了里面，
原来如此。
hyperactive，
对
，hyperactive in that sense.
In a way that when you're stressed, then it would be a good way is actually just go for a run or just do something exercise.
Yes.
Isn't it? Okay.
Quite agree. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think I have a question to ask. Sorry, Clarence, you go first.
Oh, okay. To summary, for myself, when I'm stressed, right, I will spend my me time in gym room. Yeah, that's one of the way. Yeah. So I think thanks, Ifin. Yeah, Patrick, you may ask your question. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Ifin, 我想跟你学习，就是说，probably is it okay if you can share one case study that one of the most successful case that you have handled in terms of stress management. 就是说你在这个 stress management 里面，你遇过的一个你认为你辅导的很成功的一个 case， 能不能够分享一下你这个经验心得？
那最近真的是太多 anxiety 的焦虑的情形了，那可能可以分享一下，就是 OK 有一个我现在也有在 follow up 的哈，他是一个就是说43岁的一个 man， 他也是一个企业家哈。那他来的时候呢，其实他 before that 就很像我刚刚提到，做过很多 scan。做过心脏图啦，做过 stress test 啦等等的，做full blood test， 但是医生就找不到任何的一个原因。那他是 referred by a friend of mine 呀，所以当他见他 for session 的时候呢，就有发现到他其实有讲到很多 anxiety 焦虑的 symptom， 就是我刚才讲 from your head all the way down to 你的 pulse 啦那些 symptom，physical 的 symptom。尤其是心跳加速、手会抖等等的，那这个 symptom 其实已经是导致影响到他的日常生活了。他的生意，因为他是做媒体有关的，所以媒体 PR related， 因为 office 也不能回去嘛，他也有整个 team 要养。如果是做 F&B 的话，然后 F&B 生意 is not that easy， 然后都影响到他的生意 ，it's very tough。So what happened is 他就有很多这些 panicky 的 symptom， 加上回到家，现在又 work from home 嘛，在家的时候又有孩子又有太太，种种的一些问题，就导致了it's like a good mixture of everything for things to go up 啦，基本上 ，yeah。So what happened was during the first session， 他就讲说，是不是真的自己是有 early signs of heart attack？So 在 session 其实我们也会做很多所谓的 psycho education 就是跟他解释 OK 已经排除了这些 medical condition， 那到底 how the stress relate to 你的 physical symptom， 就很像我们刚刚讲的 Amy 啊 Hippo 这样子的一个情形。那从他的 situation， 就我们刚才一开始说嘛， stress 不会是一个因素而造成，而是累积性combination of everything， 然后就会跟他解释为什么他会有这样子的一个症状，其实是因为这些这样子的压力而导致你的身体觉得是 false alarm。所以从中跟他了解后，也是做了很多 behavior 的东西，比如说当他焦虑的时候，他的想法是怎样，有的时候他们就是会钻牛角尖，可能有些东西并不是事实，可能是他们想出来的，真的是他们想出来的，就会装不出来咯。So one of the tips that I can also share with everyone here is whenever you realize 你有一个 negative thoughts， 一直转来转去，first thing to ask yourself is this a thought or a fact？ 这个是一个想法，还是真实，是有 fact 有 evidence 的？Okay, first thing thought or fact。Second step， 如果是 thought， 如果是 fact 又是怎么样 ？fact 的话呢，它应该有 evidence 去 support 吧。Right? From there on 可以去到第三个 step， 就是说 how much do you believe in 你的 thought 会 happen from a scale of 0 to 100 ？How much do you believe 这个 fact 也是你想出来的会 happen from 0 to 100？然后从中我们就可以从那里去找一个应对的方式 ，because 很多时候我们发现，其实是一个 thought， 发生的几率有多高呢 ？Maybe say 20%， but I still feel very anxious right? A lot of us still feel very anxious even though it's a thought, right? So we will explore more， 就是这个几率发生的几率 ，but at the same time compromise 了你身体很多不一样的症状就发生了 ，anxiety 啊 ，depression 等等。所以从中我们就会做一个 process 叫做identify 它的 cognitive distortion， 就是他的想法已经是cognitive distortion， 所以可能这些 thoughts 其实并不是真实的。What are the ways that we can challenge 这些 thoughts？ So finding alternative way of thinking of challenging， 因为很多时候想法会 relate to feelings， relate to behavior 等等。
Interesting.
到了一个程度，就是有邀请他有提到跟太太之间的事情，那就有邀请他跟太太 for a few couple session, just to understand what's the whole situation and allow 大家就是比较 constructive way to communicate 咯。那这个也是要看 client 他本身的意愿是怎么样的。如果他不想要做 couple， 只是要 individual, we respect that decision. That's fine.
Wow, interesting.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. I
I
think
just share
yeah.
one point there. Sorry, if you are stuck at home with kids and their family and all that, right? The best place is to hide in the toilet for 10 minutes, go take a shower, or sit on the toilet for a while. 所以这可能是职业病，但是呢，你有自己的空间 take a shower. I think you actually relax yourself as well.
Yes, I think we all need that space. We all need that space, yeah.
Yes. In fact, I just want to add on that the last part that Evelyn shared, having the wife involved, I think is important. To me, if I were to, I mean, my own opinion, getting family members support is to me, I think is important because sometimes, other than family members, of course, friends, but then of course the day-to-day thing, I think our closest companion. It could be wife, it could be your parents, or it could be your children. Just pick someone that you feel comfortable to me, because I think I probably have met a few cases like what Evelyn has said, even though I'm not a psychiatrist, but that I have experience on coaching people. So when we had all these family issues, about business, about people, about who going to succeed the business, it's all about communication. 刚才我觉得 Evelyn 有讲到一个很重点，就是whether is it a fact or whether is it a thought 所以就变成那个 negative thought， 很多人就是开始去想，好像是真的，好像是真的。所以刚才我们也讲到说，刚才 James 问的那个问题，就是这个 COVID anxiety 到底是真的假的？So I think there's so many social media nowadays. So I think we also need to learn how to manage this. To avoid adding on to our, those anxiety and all that stress. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Evelyn, for sharing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. I think we probably take the next question from. Yeah. All right. Fabian. Okay. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, Eileen. Yeah. Fabian says that stress created cancer. So I think it's created lah, not. I think he means create, so doesn't mean lead, Yeah. So what's your thought?
Right. I'm not a cancer specialist. I won't be able to answer this. Maybe my brother can answer because he's an oncologist. But I do hear from him that actually cancer, there is a lot of different factors can lead to cancer. Yeah. Just again, there is no one single cause. It can be genetic. It can be lifestyle, it can be many things as well. But I do believe at some point, stress perhaps can increase the risk for a cancer. I wouldn't say directly, yes, it creates, but it can possibly increase the risk, right? Because 我们一压力的时候，可能饮食又不健康了，可能就很多东西，就我们的荷尔蒙也会失调了。Right, so maybe 长期性这样子的话 perhaps it can increase the risk. But I wouldn't say for sure that it can create or lead to it.
Okay, interesting. Evelyn, just give us an idea of the third episode of getting your brother onto our show. Then we can continue that question, to address the very critical, sign of other complication that may happen. Okay. Thanks very much. All right. I think due to the time constraint 因为时间的关系，我看我们今天也非常感谢Evelyn share 了那么多的这个 idea， 然后给大家很多那种示范，而且整个就好像来了一个 NLP 的一个 class， 然后大家一起体验，right? Give us that experiential kind of thing to actually understand what a psychologist actually does and how she can help us to overcome all this anxiety, and of course creating the mindfulness and be a bit more aware of our surrounding. Okay. So probably I think before we wrap up, I would like to invite our panelists to share a minute of conclusion on what you learned and what you would like to comment on today's learning. Okay, so probably we will start with Ivy. Would you like to start, Ivy? 来share一下你今天的一个学习点哦。OK，
好，谢谢。那今天真的要谢谢 Evelyn 还有就在线上陪着我们的哈，因为有你们的鼓励，有你们的陪伴哈，所以呢，我们有下集再下集，所以OK。那其实这个心理的因素，其实我对这一节很有感兴趣，其实也是因为去年的 MCO 我的一个学姐自杀了，而且她的孩子才1个月。OK， 所以如果有机会的话，其实我也想，如果 Evelyn 还有机会的话，哈，其实也想就是，我们明明知道做一集，明明知道这个人有忧郁症的，我们都知道说我们要多去关怀他，但是到最后我们还是没有办法防止这个悲剧的发生。那相信可能我们也有发现身边有一些人有一些这种症状或这种困扰，那我们这边身为旁边的人哈，我们可以怎样去协助他们？那这个我是很期待我们下次可以有这样的分享啊！我先举旗了，我先讲了。OK， 好，那非常谢谢今天的分享。那当然线上的朋友们哈，疫情当下，很多时候我们按照我们的 Seven Habits 来跟大家分享一个小小的，就是说，当我们在关注圈的时候，也就是说，我们把我们太多的精力全部放在 pandemic， 放在不好的消息，或者放在太紧张的那些事情的时候，这些都是我们无法控制的事情。与其这样子，不如把我们的精力和我们能够做的事情放在我们的影响圈，也就是说，我们去专注我们能够做的，然后能够帮到身边人的，这个可能也会对大家有一点帮助的哈。谢谢。
对。
哇，果然是师姐把这个生态链把它给套出来。Thank you， 非常好。好，来我们就请下一位我看在我的这个 screen 就J 吧 J 来 J 来分享你这个今天的学习的感言。
是啊，谢谢 Patrick， 谢谢 Evelyn 今天的 sharing 呀。其实真的我觉得从这个疫情开始stress 是一个很多人可能他知道，但是他却又不常提，而且 stress 的 level 其实是全部都出现在很多人的身上，其实几乎每个人的身上，只是以不同的形式，有形的、明显的，或者无形的、不明显的。可是因为我觉得这个，因为它把大家同一个时间锁在一起，所以就会无形之中造成各式各样的一些问题。但是 Evelyn 你 share 的那些symptom in terms of what your body is trying to tell you is something that 你应该要去 pay attention to。And of course, 我觉得我学到的是 I mean, no matter how medical, you already seek medical advice, and 你的 medical advice return everything is negative. So I think the next step is that maybe you need to really deeply look into it, because 很多时候每次到这个 point 每个人讲说，哎呀，真的没事，我真的就是没有事。可是 actually 那个有事的是因为那个the actual medical the actual 的那个 solution 其实 actually lies on the psychiatrist or psychologists. So 我觉得可能在 Asian country, I mean seeking psychologists 看上去有一点，我不懂是禁忌也好，可恶也好，或者是怕人家觉得很 like you are really psycho, that's why you visit psycho. 就像可能每个人会觉得 psychologist is really a psycho or psychiatrist is really a psycho like that. So but in fact that Evelyn has demonstrated in a very professional way is that 你可以知道，其实你看 psychology 其实就是这样的，你懂 psychologist 没有来像电影这样要你闭着眼睛拿这东西摇这样，然后你就会变成一个什么催眠，然后会变成一个什么 psychologist rapist 啦，还是 murderer 这种东西。所以我觉得说我们要突破那个电影带给我们的一些 influence， 然后我们要重视的，其实 psychology 就像一个，很多时候基本上连 counseling 的时候都会觉得是一个很恐怖的，像比如说你去 counseling 就说like really like because of 那种异样的眼光，所以我觉得从 maybe 要尝试的去接受，其实这个就像是一个 seek of medical 的一个advice， 就如同你去 seek for other cardiology 也好 oncologist neurologist whatever 它也是一个 specialist so 我觉得今天是一个很好的 demonstration and then 我觉得今天和线上的朋友然后可以去关注在这个 part 啦谢谢
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, I think next time I will get probably invite CS. Would you like to share your learning?
Yeah. Thank you. Certainly, I think one thing that's really important is that your physical health is important, but your so is your mentally. Your mental health is also as equally as important, because when you have the right mind, no matter how strong you are, it doesn't matter. So I think it's the balance of both. Okay, I think especially now during this pandemic time, it's very difficult for a lot of people. I'm sure that especially in Malaysia right now, quick lockdown and all that. So I think I'm really, really thankful that to know that Evelyn has such a great platform that everyone should try on as well. And I'm sure that even if you want to seek help as well, right? You can even do it through Zoom. You don't have to see face to face. Perhaps a Zoom or a phone call. Yeah. We'll also get some help. So help is available. Seek out. Go up there, and then hopefully this program as well can promote so that more people think that it's okay not to be okay. Okay, when you're not okay, there's help available. 就这样，谢谢。
哇，太强了，师兄。OK is not okay, okay is okay. 哇，太好了。I'm confused also. All right, thanks, yes, for that sharing. Very good, very good. Okay, Caris, your turn. Caris, yes.
好，谢谢 Patrick。首先我想讲我刚才想要讲的东西就讲了，然后我换另外一个台词先讲了，现在我不懂我要讲什么。好，非常感恩。
先讲的好处，
默契啊，有默契。
没有，以后都是要我先讲。
不要紧，这样子要考我的专注力，还有我学到什么东西。因为我们学的东西可能不止一个 point， 会有2个、3个，甚至5个。但是我想讲的，今天非常感恩Evelyn 能够邀请到你。我觉得，因为其实 Evelyn 的时间都很忙，她 back to back， 因为 ever since then 很多cases 她其实是非常忙，但是她愿意抽空来跟我们分享这个差不多2个小时的时间，我们真的是非常感恩。这是真的，我们的 Of Life 整个团队，我觉得非常感恩 Evelyn 然后我觉得首先我们大家要自己清楚知道我们自己的身体状况是什么 ，listen to what our body tells us and read our body and identify the problem and tackle the problem。不要等到事情越来越严重的时候，我们才想到要去解决，可是那个时候是要花的时间更加长，也太迟了，真的。Okay, so that's all for my sharing. Thank you. 谢谢 Patrick。
时间关系 ，Thank you, Charis。好，那我也很快做一个总结，然后就请我们 Evelyn 给我们一个 final 的一个 encouragement。Okay, my learning for today actually 就有几个 keyword， 刚才我已经讲了很多了，但我现在想讲的就是刚才Evelyn有谈到一个字，就是很重点的，就是connect with our body。Alright, connect with our body. 所以我觉得整个2个小时的这个谈话跟交流，我学到的就是怎么样跟自己沟通OK， 怎么样跟自己沟通，然后从这个沟通，你就会开始察觉到说，我身边还有很多事情，我可能以前没有关心的，那我可以开始去关心它，我可以开始去看一看，可以关心它，或者去慰问它，甚至更重点的就是有时间真的是要上Evelyn 的 website 去看一看 ，OK， Evelyn 的 website 有什么资源 ，OK， What are the resources available for us, right, to seek help, and what CS has said, okay, whether we are okay or not okay, and all that, alright, and then of course most of all, please play back this clip and then relearn what we have missed out just now because of the line may not be stable, alright. So end of the day. Thank you so much for your sharing, Evelyn, and we are so honored to have you today. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so 最后我看还是要请 Evelyn 给我们一个moment of encouragement. Yeah， 有请。
Yes, thank you so much for having me, guys. 就是今天，因为我当初为什么会进入这一行的原因，是因为 I really hope to educate as much as I can to the public, right? 因为我真的相信很多时候可能我们会觉得焦虑和忧郁，就算什么 diagnosis 都好，重点是 the person beyond the illness, behind these symptoms and labels. So through this session, I really hope that 我们真的有给到大家自己一个机会 connect with ourselves and learning how to connect with other people as well. 希望透过这里也可以带大家多点同理跟多点爱，所以谢谢大家。
哇，
非常感恩，
谢谢。
谢谢。好了，谢谢大家了哈，时间也差不多了，所以希望大家继续的关注我们的这个节目，然后我们期待下一次的分享So hopefully everybody like and share and comment, and thanks Evelyn for all the sharing we had today. All right, thank you so much. So everybody stay safe. We catch up.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.